All right, what's going on, everybody? Isaac Fleischer here, and welcome to another iHoopsFL interview. Now, before we begin, make sure you guys give me a follow on Instagram at iHoopsFL. That's where I post all the highlights, all the best clips from any of the interviews I've ever done. So definitely give me a follow on there. And also, if you guys want to see all the articles I've written for a company down here in South Florida, along with some recent recruitment info I've been getting about some of these guys that I've talked to, you can find all of that on my Twitter at iHoopsRecruits. So again, iHoopsFL for interview stuff, Twitter at iHoopsRecruits for articles, and yeah, just articles for now. I'm kind of done with the whole recruitment info thing. That was a little bit of a phase in my life. Yeah, anyways, let me bring on our guest right now. What's going on? Oh, excuse me, sorry. I had a burp. What's going on, man? How you been?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. How's like school and everything like that?
Yeah, so we're online right now. We just do like 3 hours a day online, and we have like Google meetings and stuff. But it's going good though.
Yeah, that sounds. I don't want to throw shade at your school. It sounds kind of easy. Uh,
It's definitely different though, for sure. Different way to learn.
yeah.
Yeah,
What time do you start school?
yeah. So we start at 9 a.m. So I get to kind of sleep in, and we go for an hour, and then we have like an hour break. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, that's yeah, bro. Wait, is your school public school or a pro?
No, yeah,
Or,
it's a public school. We have
yeah,
like
bro,
it's a big school.
that's what like every school is there, right? Like every school there is like that.
Not every school. There's lots of it just depends where you're at. Like some areas will have a lot of like private like Catholic schools.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I guess because the public schools, they're all the same. Like they all kind of have to do the same thing. So are all the public schools in like your county, do they all do the same like the same thing, like 3 hours a day and at 9?
No, every school district has like their own little like whatever they
Yeah,
want to do.
yeah, exactly. So your district isn't the district like your county?
No, well, kinda. It's like yeah. So like our district, like, but like they want to have different stuff for like elementary kids. Like for a while, the elementary kids were actually in person, but we weren't. It's just
Oh
kind of
yeah,
weird.
yeah. So fine. Every high school is in your district is doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. We only got one high school in our district, so.
Okay, you have only one high school in your whole district?
Yeah, but in the county though, there's like a ton, and it's just different for each school. I think it's like the principals have their choice. It's
Okay,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, but then like how? Well, I mean, it kind of sucks if you don't live here, because I can't like say like this is the county. Like you have no clue, I guess, what county I live in or anything. But that wait district and is a district, is that considered like your neighborhood, or like or are there multiple neighborhoods in your district?
Yeah, there's like it's kind of weird. It's like
Yeah, I'm so
some
confused
school
right
districts
now. Oh my
some
god.
school districts have like two or three schools, but ours is just one because we kind of it's like a small town kind of, but it's like a big school. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is for my school. But then, like, it's just in the county. Like the county, let's call it, I think, like the school board district and whatever. But
Mhm.
it's just the whole county, and every public school is the same thing. But my school too, like, we're huge. We're a big school because like I don't live in like a big like town or anything like that. Like it's just normal. But it's the only school in the whole town. So like you live in my like in my city, I guess it's not a city, whatever, my town, and then you're going to the same high school as me unless you go to a private school. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
why it's humongous.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is here.
Yeah, but your school probably doesn't have. I say this to me, like, how many like your school probably doesn't have like nowhere near as many kids as my school does though.
We have we have like 2,900.
Yeah, no, I'm like double that.
Really, that's crazy. We have like the second biggest school in the state.
Dang, that's crazy. There must be like no one living in Michigan then.
Yeah, it's just kind of like spread out.
Yeah. I searched up. I don't know why I didn't realize this. I searched up like the biggest school in the country, and it was like a virtual school with like 54,000. And at the time, I thought it was like a high school, like a normal school.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That's like a big college.
Yeah, but that'd be kind of. Would you do that if you had an option to go to a high school with 54,000 people? What would you do it?
Man, I'd have to. I don't know.
And you would still be on you would still start on the basketball team. It wouldn't be more competition.
um, maybe it just I kind of like knowing like a lot of people, but I mean, there'd be more people, but I'd like being friends with a lot of people. So
Yeah, well then you'd have even more people to be friends with.
That's true. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Get you more social media followers.
Exactly. Oh, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that, bro. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine 54. Wait, yeah, 54K all because they all go to your school.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, bro, that'd be so dope. But sticking to your school, last season was your freshman year. You obviously had a pretty successful year. So what led you to have such a successful freshman season?
Just being put in good situations by like my coaches and my teammates really helped me have some success. It just started in the off season too. Like for our school, we really take it serious, and we were in the gym all fall last year, having like 3 conditionings a week, and then like 2 or 3 open gyms, followed by like nightly shooting, early shooting. And just the chemistry with my teammates has really helped me be successful.
And you said like so were those like I guess the situations you meant how they just kind of took out like off season training really seriously?
Yeah, and then in games they're able to put me in like games where there's like 3,000 people, sold out gyms, and I was able to, show everyone what I could do.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like not even that, but like your stats were good. I'm not saying like oh you got a ton of exposure your freshman year. Like you put up some good numbers. Like I saw like this is what I do. So I searched up like what posts you're tagged in. I saw like a few of them. Like as a freshman, you were leading, your team in points and all that stuff. Like let's see, where was the one that I saw that kind of caught my eye at first? Now I gotta. Oh yeah, so the first thing I saw was like it was an 80-77 win. I mean, you got one more point more than Ty Rogers, but I mean, like you got 21 points. And I'm like, oh wow, this kid's like, and that was like that was the first post of a score too. That was like the beginning of the
first
season.
game, yeah.
That was your first game was on December 14th.
Well, so we kind of like our first game was at this Flint school, and it got like postponed at halftime because there's like issues with like a gun. So that was like our first full game. Yeah.
Okay. Man, well, your season starts late then. That's crazy. When was that first game? Like sometime
December 13th. It was actually the day before.
Dang, that's crazy. Your season starts super late. Why? That's how it always is?
Yeah, that's how it always is. And it usually goes to like mid and March.
Wow.
We only get to play 20 games in the regular season.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah. I saw that. I think over here you maybe play 30. Probably
yeah.
not.
Yeah, probably.
I know last year we started like I think Monday will be like or sometime like any day now is gonna be a year ago, like today from our first game last season. And then make it states, it ends like middle, beginning of March.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot longer than that. But yeah, so in your first game, I mean you guys pull out a close win. You led your team points with 21 points. That's kind of when I asked why I asked because obviously the crowd doesn't control like the way you play unless it just does. But I mean like how are you able to put up numbers like that your freshman year?
I was able to put numbers like that just just by having confidence out there. Just by having confidence in yourself and trusting all the work you've put in is gonna translate to games. And once I hit my first like 1 or 2 shots, I kind of got a lot of confidence and said, and I just kind of like, just relaxed and everything just came to me. And, ever since that first game, I'd say, I just kind of like was never really nervous, never really worried about the crowd or anything. I just played my game.
Man, I just saw something. I was looking at the post you were tagged in. You broke. It says new school record, not clickbait. DHS snaker RJ Taylor went out of his mind for 232. Can you please talk about that that accomplishment?
Oh yeah, in like middle school, some of these kids would like it was just a massive joke, but like there's like some teacher like got mad at a kid for playing like snake in class, and so everyone like made a club or like they didn't make it. It was like it wasn't a club. It was just like a joke where people would like play snake, and I just like was joking around. I played and I did in class one time. I got like 230, and yeah, and everyone thought it was cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. Actually, my brother. Oh, you come. I'm just blessed to be a part of this.
Yeah, that just shows that it's just it's just
that is so funny. Oh my god, the funny. So my brother, like my little brother, like in the beginning of like the whole quarantine thing,
Hmm.
like because at school, you have everyone like a laptop. He would
Yeah.
play Snake like I think he might even have higher than 232. Like he literally would just
Mhm.
grind on Snake. Like it was unbelievable. We would do like a Snake off, like I would go and he would go and he beat me like he crushed me. Like he would make fun of me while I'm playing Snake. That's how bad he thinks I am.
Yeah, it was like this one class, like classes would sometimes give you like 10 minutes to like chill at, like before it ends, just like if you worked hard in the day or something in middle school. So everyone would just play and I would play with them sometimes.
Yeah, bro, that's so. Oh my god, I'm so happy I pressed on that.
Yeah,
I
it's funny.
I wouldn't. Yeah, that. Oh my god, that was hilarious. But anyways, just coming to high school. How are you able to adjust to that starting point guard role, being a freshman?
Yeah, so it just goes back to like my younger like middle school days. Like I've been playing with the varsity like for open gyms and stuff since I was in like the 6th grade. And just like by consistently playing with like high school guys, it just gets me used to like that pace. And then like the summer before my freshman year, I was the there's this Division 2 college in my hometown that I would play in their open gyms a lot, so like college level. And in AAU, I'd be playing up like 2 grades a lot of the time. So like always playing with older players really kind of developed me young. So when I did get to high school, I was just used to it.
I still find it a shocker, like when I see guys playing up and like doing well, even if they're like 16U UIBL playing 17U UIBL, I'm like that's crazy. Like it's the best competition. High school basketball, and you're playing up on it, and you're able to play decent. Like I find that crazy. But what's crazier than that is being a lot younger and playing the against Division 2 competition. Like it's Division 3, Division 2, Division 1. Like those guys in Division 2 are good. I mean, how
Oh
are you able to even like play out there? Like, I'm sure the people were huge and probably weren't that big. Like how are you even able to keep a decent presence on the court?
yeah. So I mean, it's just like it's kind of like it was kind of fun experience. Just like everyone's like obviously like that's like they're a good program too, and there's like really good players out there, and just I've just known them for a while too. So like they're always cool, and they always let me work out with them and stuff. But like when I got in there, I remember like one of my first times there. I was just like my first couple shots, like threes, I hit. And then after that, like I hit some threes and stuff. My first one,
I mean,
like
how do
first
they
game.
not block you? Like you're
You said,
probably
what do you say?
how are they not able to block you?
I'm just
Yeah,
using my
you guys are
IQ.
legend right now. Like I'm taller than you. Like how are you able to
Yeah.
how's that
Um,
possible?
I just wasn't really thinking about it. I was just, just coming out there hooping, like I just think I used my like IQ to like get to the right spots, and like my teammates would like obviously were good players, and like they knew like when to get me the ball, and I just knocked down my shots, which was important. And then after that, they kind of like started like respecting me a lot, and then I'd always start coming back.
Yeah, that's just I mean I cannot. Yeah, I feel like bro. Like there's no way you're able to. Like, so what is left? I guess they kind of kept wide open for a little bit, maybe. Like they didn't know how good you were.
I mean, it was pretty intense though. I mean, I was just like, I don't know. I mean, like in like transition, like I'd get or had someone get a steal and push it, and I mean, I just made plays. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but how old were you again? Like what year was that?
This was like right before my freshman year, so that's probably like it's probably like 13.
Yeah, bro, that's kind of crazy. I cannot believe that I was able to.
But like also, I was like, I've been playing a lot of like those college guys like 1-on-1, like the point guards and stuff, and I think that kind of just like a lot of playing them 1-on-1 kind of helped me when I finally got to play like 5-on-5 with them. I was kind of like used to it. So I mean that helps.
Yeah, and I just want to bring back some of the stuff you're tagged in. This isn't as funny, but it looks like you played like our track and field or like something
Mhm.
like that. I don't know. Is that something you did, and do you still like run and all that stuff?
Yeah. So in middle school, I played football and track. I ran track too, and the only reason I run is just to condition for basketball. I mean, I don't play those sports anymore, but like in like my free time, I like to play catch with my friends, and like obviously I run just so I stay in shape.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I cannot fathom you like keeping up with those D2 guys. I mean, that's just
Hmm.
that's just crazy. And I was gonna ask this question, like later at the end of the interview. But I mean, and it seems like you get like at least decent exposure. Like I forgot how I found out who you were, but I found you out through something. Like it's not like I just all of a sudden like woke up one day and the random name RJ Taylor popped in my head. And I'm like, let me see who this guy is. Like I obviously saw you from something, so I was getting a ton of exposure. But I mean, being able to play against Division II talent, obviously holding your own, even though like college coaches obviously weren't watching that besides the D2 coach, I'm assuming, but that just shows something about yourself and you as a basketball player, even being 5'11" and able to do something like that. And you're probably even smaller back then. Would you say you kind of have something to prove? Like not a lot of people know who you are and kind of underrated in a way.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Like I had a pretty good freshman year, but I feel like I put in a lot of work over like the quarantine summer where I feel like I've leveled up a lot, and I feel like I can really I'm really hoping that everything goes well with COVID, where we can get a season because I feel like I have a lot to prove, like that I'm like some of the rankings had me like third and fourth in the state, where I think that like I could really prove that I'm like I can just to prove that I can play with the best consistently every day in and day out.
Yeah, and like it seems like I remember we're gonna talk about this later. Like it says, you're the grassroots player of the year. Like it seems like you're getting like some attention. I mean, let's hear some college coaches. Like again, like the stuff you kind of told me you've done before, and like I'm trusting. Like you seem kind of like an honest guy. Like that's kind of some unbelievable stuff. Like I'm sure you think this season's kind of gonna be like a huge breakout year for you, or
Yeah, I'm really hoping so. I mean, I've really put in the work. I've gotten some professional point guards that play professionally in Europe right now. That have been working out with me like almost every single day this summer, like playing one on one, just doing what they do, just kind of following them around. And I just really think that that really helps me level up, and just makes me ready.
and when you say level up, like what is like the next level of RJ Taylor?
I feel like a lot of people see me as like a point guard playmaker kind of, that'll just run a team. I think that when I level up, I can show that I can still do that, create for others, and also be able to score and put 20, 25, on some teams, when I need to score. It's just overall just making everything better.
Definitely. And I was wondering, just a quick question: the school Davidson, or sorry, David Davison, not Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
Are they a pretty bad like team?
Yeah,
Or
I
I
mean,
don't have friends there, but like, are they like do their teams usually not do good?
they're, I mean, their football team won the state championship last year, and they might win again this year. But for basketball, they're not as good. Like, but they're still a good team. It's just that our team was really we were like number 2 in the state. So when they played us, it was kind of it would get ugly.
Well, I can't believe the girls. Wait, does your school have a JV team for boys basketball? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we have freshman JV.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just saw. All right, makes sense now. But moving on to the interview, I think for the whole game, like you played basketball, like a little game with the mask on. Like how are you able to do that? Like I'll be just before, like I'm a pro mask guy, but even the mask, like I love disposable masks. Like I could, like it's I get this bad if you could like feel your breath, like with the mask, which I can't. But I feel like I could breathe with a disposable mask. If I'm wearing any other kind of mask, like I just like how they smell. Because they kind of smell like kind of sus. The disposable ones, like, they only smell like yourself, but you were hooping in a basketball game in a mask. So what was that all like?
It was different. I mean, like with our workouts at the school, we kind of have to wear them while we work out. So I mean, it's kind of something that you kind of get used to, but like not completely. It definitely, no matter how good a shape you're in, if you have to wear the mask like the whole time, you're definitely gonna get slowed down. But I mean, if it's something that we have to do in order to have a season, I can live with it.
Yeah, so I guess it's not as bad because for me, like I've wore masks for super long time. When I go to these events, like gotta keep the mask on the whole time. I'm not gonna take it off and like put myself at risk. But I'm not running playing basketball.
Facts.
Do you think maybe like is it not as hard as you may think it is?
No,
Or
it definitely
adjustment.
it definitely is hard. Like at first, it was really hard for me, but it's just something you gotta adapt to.
And I don't like for me, I pretty much like never take like my mask off. Like I only leave it on like one of my ears hurt. Like I just kind of hold the strings and go like this. Like I never like take off completely. Like what? I'm sure your face gets sweaty. I mean, what do you do with that? You just kind of take it off for a second, or
Yeah, usually what I try to do is like in like timeouts. Obviously, you gotta drink water, but like when I'm in game, there's like a free throw. I try to like get away from some people and then kind of like pull it out, so it's still like over my face, but some air gets in and I can breathe a little better.
yeah. And you even like you didn't pick up this like you wore whatever like a cotton mask, didn't you?
Well, yeah, some masks are a little bit easier to breathe in than others.
Yeah, but the one you picked looks like terrible to breathe in. I mean, was that?
Oh yeah, um, it looked bad, but it wasn't as bad, so it wasn't that like super tight on me.
Yeah, but doesn't it like smell like the material?
Sometimes the only thing that irritates me is that when it gets wet, sometimes it gets like fuzzy
Oh
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of gets in your
That's
mouth a little
gross.
bit.
Yeah, no, I literally like I literally like I'm probably the biggest mask guy like on my basketball team, but I only wear a disposable one. Like I got them racked up, but
Oh yeah,
yeah, but
sometimes yeah. I usually wear those when I like work out. It's just you don't want them to fall off too, but I mean I
well,
don't really care.
I don't actually I've only broken like one thing this whole time, so
Okay, yeah.
yeah, I think they've been all right. But what are your goals now for your sophomore season? I know you again you're expected to have a big season, I guess. And you said like I leveled up, all this stuff. But what are some of your personal goals and team
Um,
goals as well?
well, obviously the team goal at the end of the day is just to win a state championship, and well that's the team goal for sure. As a personal goal, I mean I'm just trying to just play my game and never kind of like just be consistent throughout the whole year. I mean, it doesn't have to be points, doesn't have to be, it's just if I need to get some assists, if a teammate's on fire, get them the ball. And it's just let people know that like I'm consistent and I can play at a high level.
For sure. And how has the recruitment process been so far?
Okay, yeah. So I got a scholarship from Rhode Island, and I've been I call some Houston, the University of Houston, University of Marquette weekly, just stay in touch and build a relationship and learn as much as I can about them, and they learn about me.
And when you're calling them, like, is it like, do you get told to call them at this time, or because I know like you're 2023, so you can't, they're not reaching out to you. Like, or they just kind of say like, whenever you want to talk to us, just call.
Yeah, so they're both different. Like, so there's always like my basketball coach, my high school coach is like a middleman. It's like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
hard to like
Like
talk
he
to
tells you,
him.
will he always every time you call them, is it
Mhm.
because he tells you to call them?
Well, just the first time they did, and then once I got their numbers and they got my numbers and stuff, some coaches I text them what time they want to call, but they can't respond, but they see it, and so they're just like expecting it at that certain time. Or I just talk to them and they at the end like when we like we're about to hang up, they say, "Oh, let's try again next week or late next Friday or Saturday." And if they like, obviously they're not going to be able to pick up every time. So if they do that, usually like a day or so, I'll give them another one, and they usually pick up.
Yeah, when a coach doesn't pick up, at least for me, like I'm a big, overthinker. I mean, if I call the coach and they didn't pick up, even if they did kind of like say like, "Here, we'll do it a different day," like I'm like a little bit hurt. I'm like, oh well, like they didn't want to talk to me, or like I guess they didn't want me as like that bad, or I don't want to be one sided where I want them more than that they want me. Like, how are you able to kind of deal with those thoughts, or you just kind of don't think of it like that?
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean they're busy. They got a lot of the times they're probably in practice or and they have families too. I mean, I'm not really tripping about it. You know, yeah, it's not that big of a deal for me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what have some of those conversations been like with the coaches? I mean, once you talk to them the first time, even though like coaches, they have so much to say, like they could talk for hours. I feel like, but what are some of those, like that maybe second conversation like, or like besides the first conversation, what sort of stuff do you talk about? Like even how long are those other conversations besides the first one?
Yeah, so usually what we talk about is kind of just like always talk about what their team, like what their season's looking like, what their play style is, what they look for, and like like just like how I'm doing, what my workout schedule is, how my family is, just know all that stuff. Cause like, and then we talk about like, just like the usual, like how life's going, how basketball's going. And these calls usually are about, it depends. Like it could be like 6 or 7 minutes, or it could be like 8, 15, 18, 20 minutes, maybe even longer sometimes.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like,
I think
unless
that-
like something like special, usually it's like just talking, like, catching up, keeping in touch, you know.
Yeah. I guess for me, because I want to be a coach, I don't get offers. Like I've talked to like a good amount of college coaches already. Just pick their brains, like network a little bit. And yeah, those conversations could go like I've never had one go that well unless the coach like was busy and had to rush off the phone. I mean they go on for like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
Mine go on for a long time. That's why you're like 7 hours. I'm like, oh, I thought for sure yours would be like hour. Like,
well, I mean, sometimes like it does go long, because like if we're talking to like if they like there's something certain we want to talk about, like if they got to like watch a live stream, and they'll talk about like how my game is, they'll definitely go like 25, 30, if not like 40 minutes. But usually like we call, like I'm on the phone with them like so often, where it's like not so often, like once a weekly, where it's like we're pretty familiar.
it's more like a weekly check-in call, just to cover.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, and then when I got on the phone when Rhode Island offered me, where it was like an hour long talk, like hour 15 probably.
Yeah, I'm glad. I never like. Well, I just always assume those like coaches calls every single time were kind of long. I never realized it could just be like a quick just a quick like everything good. Yep, all right, bye. Like I never even realized it could be like that.
Yeah, and especially like they're busy too. Like now, see like the seasons, they have practices, they have, so it's like it's not, just stay in touch and build the relationship, so that way when they are able to call me, we can like, or when something needs to happen, we can go straight to, like no wasting time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I never like that. That is, I don't know why I never like thought of this like that. I can you just believe like they're literally like during the season like they could be like March Madness, but like recruitment doesn't stop. Like it doesn't stop.
No.
So I mean like whatever they're doing like they're still like always like recruiting guys even if like during games and all that stuff like it's not like that's just so crazy like all the stuff they do.
Yeah, it's busy. It's definitely busy. Commitment.
Yeah, for sure. And the stuff like it's hard. Like I'm sure like the recruiting may be like one of the more harder aspects of the job.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just that's just unbelievable. But how did it feel to pick up that first offer?
It was definitely it was definitely a great like feeling. It's like it's just something that like I've really worked like my entire life for, and it's just kind of like I was like kind of like shocked, like I kind of like I'm like getting closer to my dreams. And it's just I mean it felt kind of good to like know that it's paying off, but also it kind of motivated me to keep working too. I wasn't really satisfied. Well, I was satisfied, but like I'm not content.
You weren't satisfied. You were just like you were happy for the accomplishment, but you wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I know. I was definitely appreciative, and I was definitely happy. But that doesn't stop me from working. Like, I'm not gonna like stop working just because that. It just kind of inspired me. And that's a good like inspired. I was inspired.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds super cool. And I mean, you mentioned Houston and Marquette. Are those like the schools? And I'm assuming maybe Rhode Island too. Are those like the schools you're in contact with the most?
Oh yeah, definitely. Those three, yeah, definitely those.
Yeah, it's definitely that's definitely super cool. All really good schools. Even Rhode Island, like the A10. I mean, we're starting to get college basketball soon. And, like I remember, didn't Rhode Island upset Oklahoma with Trae Young and all that stuff? Like they're a good program. Like
they probably did. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely on the rise too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they definitely are for sure. Like that's just unbelievable. The schools you're talking to and your age too. That's just unbelievable. But how did it feel winning the grassroots player of the year for Michigan?
Yeah, it was definitely an accomplishment. There was some talented players up for the award. I thought it was a good testament on like what I did this summer, and I thought it was fitting about the work I put in. Yeah.
And you go up against Like was that award like for every grade or was it just for 2023 guys and they had other one for 2022 guys? Like
that was just for my class.
okay, wait, what does grassroots mean? Is that like AAU or
Yeah, it's like the AAU because like the EYBL season got canceled, so
yeah.
it was kind of just like it was just like an AAU like in Michigan. Like no, not Michigan because like we couldn't play in Michigan, but like the Midwest or across the country. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, so that was against like kids in the Midwest or
Yeah, well, that was just for a Michigan award, but like our games were like all in like the Midwest.
yeah, no, grassroots is it's like it's a national like name
Mm-hmm. Oh
thing.
yeah,
I think it's another name. I think it's another way of calling like AAU basketball.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And you mentioned to me before the interview how everyone in your family played college basketball. I think you said like your dad even coached like college basketball for like 30 plus years, something like that. I mean, what's it like always being surrounded by the game?
Oh yeah, I've been surrounded by the game since I was like a baby when my dad was coaching. I just like dribble when they were doing practice and stuff. Just straight out of the like right when I was born. I've always been like touching a basketball, and I just really fall in love with it, and just yeah, and it just stuck with me.
And is basketball like? Do you guys really just eat, sleep, breathe basketball? Like, is that is kind of what you do? Like, you come downstairs, like the TV's on. Like, is it basketball? Like, can you not escape it?
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's always just sports in general. Like I could go down football. I mean, me and my dad like watching tennis and golf. It's just all sports is like huge for us. It's all we do. But basketball is definitely like playing at least for sure.
Man, that's crazy. You guys like you watch tennis and golf
Oh
for
yeah. I mean, well, me and my dad do. My sisters and my mom don't really care about it, but because my dad also played tennis in high school, so he kind of like likes it, and I kind of passed down to me because I find it fun to watch.
yeah. Why would you find like it fun to watch? Well, honestly, like the Masters, I don't know why. Like it wasn't entertaining, but I was like very entertained. Like I couldn't like stop watching it. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but
this year was definitely not as fun. Well, because like the crowd wasn't there, but it's like when things get like the first couple because they play like 4 rounds, like four
yeah.
straight days, but it's not like as exciting until like the last one, and when it gets really close and like they're like going back and forth. I find that really fun.
Yeah, it's like I guess watching a race where like if it's like I think don't races go like at least like race cars don't those go on for like a long time like over 100 laps.
Yeah, it's like the last two that matter.
Yeah, exactly. Like for basketball, like I guess you kind of watch the whole game, break things down, but like if you're watching a race, one lap isn't gonna do anything.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. Like that's how some people see basketball. Like some of my friends that play like hockey are like basketball's not fun till like the fourth quarter. And I'm like, no, but then I see what they're saying. Like when
I get what you're saying, but it's because like you played it like because you could break down, you could even make the game like quarter by quarter, but in a race they don't even time it up where,
yeah,
like for hockey, football, and basketball, and I guess soccer and I don't think I forget. Oh, I guess baseball. You can watch the whole game because it's supposed to go through time. But it's like a race. They don't. There's no halftime in a race, so that's kind of why the last two stuff matters.
yeah, I know. I see what you mean. Definitely.
Yeah, but just I mean like how like playing basketball. I don't know any basketball. There's actually a ton out there. Which is like, what do you find entertaining about watching golf and tennis and all those sports that are the most people like boring.
I don't know. I just think it's like entertaining, just like see how talented these people are. Like in golf, just seeing like guys, like especially when I like just knowing like if I played, it'd be like how bad it is. Just seeing guys that can hit the ball like 300 yards, just or 300 feet just straight, or people in tennis to hit those shots. It's just kind of seeing. It's really cool seeing how talented some people are.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not that good at golf, but I was kind of disappointed. And like when I was watching them out, like they would miss so many putts I thought like a professional golfer would make.
Well, yeah. Listen though, to be fair though, like those courses they play are like the toughest in the world. Like those greens are like they said the greens are like a pool table. Like if you barely hit it, it'll fly.
Yeah, I mean I don't really know like because I don't know a lot about golf, but I know like they like talk about like the different courses I guess is like big factor somehow. But like for basketball, it's like
Same thing. Yeah.
You can't really say oh this court is this different like that's why they lost the game. But but yeah, I know they talk about that. Like, not just like a hard golf course. But yeah, like I would see him, miss all these putts. I'm like, I thought these guys are professional golfers.
Yeah, facts.
Unless, but at the same time, like it's not. But unless like you're allowed to miss, like in basketball, it's not like LeBron James doesn't miss shots like he does. So unless like golf, it's like a normal thing to see, then okay. But that's kind of why, like, I guess I don't know what a professional golfer expectations are.
Yeah, I mean, golf's definitely a mental game too. Yeah, and they're humans too, so I mean, they obviously make mistakes. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just thought like I thought like if they're on like the putting green and like pretty close, like I'd be like, oh, all right, like, it's gonna be like automatic. Like I never knew, but now my golf expectations are like kind of maybe more realistic. Hopefully, I kind of get how the game works now.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and my final question for you is, what are your goals for the rest of your high school career?
Um, so my goals coming into high school was to win 4 straight state titles, and last year that was cut short. So now, obviously, mine is because of COVID, but obviously now I'm trying to win 3 straight state championships, be 1,000 point scorer. You know, break as many like see if I could break some assist records or something, and also my senior year to win Mr. Basketball that'd be a great accomplishment.
Yeah, and definitely in the state of Michigan. I mean, I got a good feeling like if you win that award in Michigan, I mean, you'll probably be going to some big time, school or something like that. I just want to talk about, I don't know, would you consider, you and Ty Rogers, like, are you guys the dynamic duo, or is it like, like a big three? What's I guess like the star situation with you guys?
No, we've got a lot of talented players here. We had a starting five. Our starting five last year all averaged over 10 points a game. So it's very even, and we both love sharing the ball. We've got some other guys that are definitely stars too. You know.
Yeah, but I guess you and Ty, obviously now he's a junior, so he's I guess an upperclassman. He's probably gonna be even more of a leader than he was last year if he was one. We're just kind of talk about that dynamic duo from this year, not coming in, or sorry, talk about that dynamic duo from last year coming to this year with you and Ty Rogers.
Yeah, we're definitely a lot of seniors graduated. We're definitely gonna have to step up some scoring, leadership. We're gonna have to just elevate our game, and I feel like we can both do it. We're both willing to do it, and I think that our team can do great things and win the state championship.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually wondering like about that because like again, you said like like leveled up. What's it be like if you and Ty are just both playing your best games? Like where, like how would that be on the court?
Yeah, if both of us are on the game and both on top of our games, I think that I don't think anything can really stop us. And plus the way we like Ty's, well, I think we're both really unselfish too. So I feel like we'll continue to make the right plays, and our teammates will definitely be able to knock down shots. And I think we could do anything if we're playing good.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's awesome. Anyways, before we end the interview, is there anything you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out?
Just the people that like in my circle, that are important to me, just for always pushing me, and then that's really it.
For sure, man. Anyways, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram at RJ_Taylor 21. I forgot about that at the bottom. I missed the 21. Oh man, that's a little bit embarrassing. Luckily, no one reads that, anyways. But again, follow us on Instagram at RJ_Taylor 21. At iHoopsFL, and anyways oh man, I think I had a typo too. Wait, what's the name of your high school?
Grand Blank.
Oh, bro, I had two typos. Unless it was on you, and I was like,
No, you spelled it right. It's with BLANC.
Oh no, I think I spelled grand wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, I put a gland blank.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. Anyways, for Grand Blank, high school point guard RJ Taylor, I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another iHoop interview. Peace out, guys.